Variants. We've done, I don't know how many videos. They've named them different things, different variants, and it didn't take a scientist or anything, or definitely a political scientist, which isn't really a thing. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. You don't have to understand all of politics to understand that this was the direction that they were going to go. And kind of the people who really got off on what happened this last year. Some of them work for the medical industry, some of them don't. They were going to get to hyping up what was going to be known as a new variant. Now, this doesn't seem to be unlike, and you guys are welcome to correct me if I'm incorrect. Doesn't seem much unlike what we get with the flu, and that is that we have different strains. That some, flu strains, I guess, are more or less, worse. Let's say that worse, maybe better, less lethal. Generally, it's still going to have a very high survival rate. And we're going to get that with COVID, but because they were able to basically do with COVID what they could do with unlike any other thing. And that was just hype people up on a virus with a 99% survival rate. We've seen nothing like this in modern history where they were able to do this. They got away with it. And I know a lot of people got off on what they were able to get away with. So what was going to happen is what they're doing right now, and that is they're going to pump this variant up. Let's go listen to Fake News Network, or rather watch what Fake News Network has to say about this variant, if you will. Title, headline, with more contagious Delta variant, which is different. Some officials are issuing new mask guidance. Oh, bro. And some people call this, including myself, like we're going to do this every season. Every season they're going to try to get away with this if you don't stop these dickheads. The more dangerous and transmissible Delta variant and not by much, by the way, has spread to almost every state in the U.S., fueling health experts' concern. It's always the health experts. Fueling health experts' concerns about COVID-19 spikes. The variant is expected to become a more dominant coronavirus strain in the U.S. The director of the CDC said, and with half of the U.S. still not fully vaccinated, doctors say it could cause a resurgence in the COVID-19 in the fall, just as children too young to get the vaccine, get vaccinated, go back to school. So they're also trying to give you guys reasons that the kids should not be back in school. But to that, I say that's a good thing. But, that's neither here nor there. Kids not going back to the indoctrination camps are on net a positive thing. But, that's not how y'all see it. In Los Angeles County, the pace of Delta spreads has prompted officials to reinstate mask guidance in public indoor spaces. So didn't they just lift that? I don't know if it was Los Angeles County, but I know California just lifted some sort of mask mandate. And yeah, you're not even a month. We're right back at it. It's a voluntary mask guidance. Okay. Says new voluntary mask guidance. I don't know if it's, what is it, voluntary under threat of a gun? Mask guidance is necessary until health officials can better understand how and to who the Delta variant is spreading. Shoot first, ask questions later. The Pfizer BioNTech vaccine has shown 88% effective against the symptomatic infections caused by the Delta variant. 2 weeks after the second dose, those who are only partially vaccinated still have significantly less protection. And Moderna's vaccine was found in lab experiments to work against new variants such as the Delta strain. The company said Tuesday researchers used serum samples from 8 participants taken a week after they received their second dose of vaccine. But the spread of coronavirus is outpacing vaccinations, whatever the fuck that means to the WHO. And the longer coronavirus spreads among unvaccinated people, the more opportunities it has to mutate into more troubling variants. So that seems to be, aside from what they were telling us before, actually it's more you want this to spread, but they did change kind of the definition of what they consider herd immunity. And unfortunately, to them, that only means get the vaccination. That's the only way you can build immunity towards a virus like this when it comes to upper respiratory illnesses. But they are afraid, looks like, of mutations. Now the Gamma variant, we got the Delta, got the Gamma variant. I think this is the one that gives you Hulk-like powers, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, you just actually no. Sorry, I got that correct. My producers are telling me that you just turn green like the Hulk. You don't actually get powers. Has been shown to be more resistant to the vaccines and antibody treatment. So you got the Delta variant that they're scared of, but the Gamma variant or the Delta variant, the Gamma variant is the one that seems to be more resistant to the vaccines. Now, I would encourage you guys, don't take my word for anything, go look at the effectiveness rates of the flu vaccines year to year. They're actually a lot less effective than what you actually think. Does this provide any context in this article by Fake News Network? Of course not. Many states have not reinstated mask mandates for the upcoming school year, including New Jersey, where masks will not be required unless the district decides to make it a protocol. So basically what we're getting is that the vaccines, much like, again, this is very similar to what we have with the flu, but we, albeit, fuck the context. They're trying to go back to doing what it is, everything else, and obviously requiring you to try to get a jab. I know a lot of you guys are like me, which just said, you know what, I'll take the risk. If it happens, if I go that way, I go that way. I guess is what God meant for me to go that way, because just weighing the odds, it just doesn't seem like that's something that I want to do. It's not vaccine hesitancy. It's not anti-vax. It's just I would like to assume the risk. And I have no problem building the natural immunity with it. But it looks like their vaccines, they're kind of questionable in terms of these different variants that are floating around. Of course, they're going to blame you, the unvaccinated person, for spreading this and allowing this to mutate. It means our vaccines aren't that effective. Pick one. Is to that what I say. Now, look, guys, I don't think, and I could be completely wrong, and I don't want to be wrong, I don't think it's going to be as effective in a lot of different places. I think the Californias and the New Jerseys of the world, New Yorks of the world, they'll get away with this constant moving of shifting of goalposts and variants, more variants is something that they're going to throw out there in order to get you to make sure, or rather make sure you get the jab. But we'll see what happens. I don't think the spots are like the Floridas or the Texas of the world are going to go back to reinstating anything, but it looks like we're about to go through another season of this bullshit, where it's like, okay, you're a bad person if you don't get the vaccine. Mutations of the Muh Variants. Now, again, don't take my word for anything. Go look at what the effectiveness rates and what the when it comes to, the flu variants and the different variants that we have year to year. Believe me, it is not that high. It's not, the effectiveness is not that high in terms of efficiency ratings or percentages. That's not my opinion either. I just want you to go take a look at it. It's not as, but this, I don't think it mentions anything. Let's see. Yeah, which is hilarious because it also seems to contradict a lot of what they have said. The only thing they mentioned about the flu is like that, flus require yearly vaccinations, or a booster shot, if you will. What they're saying is that according to some new study, the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine should keep an immune response for years, unlike what the flu does. So apparently this is different, but it's also not different. Think about it. Don't think about it. Just accept it. Get your jab, and then get your voluntary donut and hamburger with cheese after it. You get your jab, because that's how health fucking works. You can get cheeseburgers and fucking fries and donuts and shit because they really care. The public health experts really care about your health and you shouldn't be working out or anything. And it's not like the numbers show that folks with comorbidities are really the main people, almost exclusively, that are struggling with this. The other healthy people that don't have a lot of issues, that take care of their health. I don't know what 80, 70, 80% of people were overweight. The ones that were hospitalized, I don't know. That's something that it sounds like we should be working on. But no, stick a diaper on your face, stay your ass in a bubble for the rest of your life, be scared, and sit on your fat ass, because that's how health works.
You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.